is Madawa, Director of Community and Family Health Services in the Nasarawa State Primary Health Care Agency. We see from these last 2 days that following the presentation by the 3 states, Kaduna, Niger and Nasarawa States, we clearly see a situation where over the years, nutrition activities have been grossly underfunded, and it calls us to action in our various positions to look for innovative ways to ensure that we do our bits in terms of advocacy, in terms of making, eye-catching requests. When I say eye-catching requests backed by data and requests that can speak to the reality of what is on ground. With the thinking that if we are able to present the situation the way it is, we are more likely to secure government attention and in due course also secure funding for nutrition. Well, let me speak specific to our state, which was also the conversation I was having behind the camera. I agree that the people who have been invited here are critical stakeholders. You see, all the discussion that we've been holding here is about interventions that are basically not done at the state level. The state makes provision for funding. The interventions happen at the local government, health facilities and communities. So, and thankfully, I can say this, next week we have a meeting with the local government executive chairman. So what I will do is to make sure that I have 1 or 2 slides prepared to be presented at that meeting. I may present the slide, or we can ask any member of our team to make that presentation so this comes to the fore. So we see that nutrition activities need to be budgeted for, and not just to be budgeted for. We don't have problems of budgeting in Nasarawa State, I can tell you that. If we say, in fact, the assembly people, when we go there, they ask us, what do you want us to do? Every time. So we get to put what we want there. The problem has always been with releases. Always. And I can say, because I've been in the state for a while, that there are few places where you have value for money release as with health and nutrition interventions. So if you say you are releasing, let's say for instance 100 naira for nutrition, almost all of that money will be used for that intervention, unlike what happens in many places. So it's good value for money when we get it released. However, we are fortunate. So I'm happy that when I came here, I heard that the Accountant General was supposed to be here. He couldn't come, or he sent someone. I think it makes sense if we drive along that line, getting him to understand the significance of this. So when requests are made, nutrition can be prioritized. We know that, as we are speaking with one of our elder colleagues, he mentioned to us last week here in Abuja that the states are poor relatively in terms of what they need to have and what they have, limited resources. But when you are prioritizing something, it's usually clear for people to see that this is your priority. So if we have nutrition and other health interventions that can help support nutrition activities prioritized, I'm sure you won't have any, it will be clear that it's prioritized, because you see it in terms of releases from the state government coffers.